Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. The Tyrannosaurus rex was one of the most ferocious predators of all time. This gigantic carnivore with tiny arms ruled the Earth about 68 to 66 million years ago. Though the T-Rex was an apt predator, it wasn't invincible, and there were some dinosaurs that could easily take it down. Today we will be taking a look at the top 10 dinosaurs that could take down a T-Rex. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Giganotosaurus. The first dinosaur on our list is Giganotosaurus, which means Terrible Lizard King. This title suits the dino perfectly, as it was a massive beast that lived in what is now North Africa during the late Cretaceous period. It was about 43 feet long and weighed about 9 tons. It was one of the largest carnivores of its time and would not be intimidated by a T-Rex. In fact, it could easily take the mighty T-Rex in a fight. This dino had a row of sharp teeth along its upper jaw, just behind the nostrils, which was used to slice open its prey's head. With such a terrifying weapon, it could easily end a T-Rex's life in seconds. The only downside of this dino was that it was extremely slow. If it managed to take down a T-Rex, it would probably die of exhaustion soon after. 9. Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus was another giant carnivore that lived in North Africa. It was about 50 feet long and weighed approximately 15 tons. It is believed to be the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever to exist. This dino was truly a nightmare for herbivorous dinosaurs. Since it combined the body of a crocodile with the features of a dinosaur, it was built for hunting in water and on land. So it could easily catch fish and large mammals while wading in shallow waters. It also had a huge sail on its back, which acted as a heat radiator. The Spinosaurus's diet mainly consisted of fish, but it would occasionally hunt mammals and even other dinosaurs. With its size and strength, it could easily overpower a T-Rex. However, fossils of this dino are very scarce, so scientists have barely been able to gather any info about it. Number 8. Sea Megalodon. While not technically a dinosaur, this prehistoric shark deserves a spot on our list. It is the largest shark that has ever lived, reaching lengths of up to 70 feet. It had massive jaws filled with sharp serrated teeth, powerful enough to bite right through a whale's skull. The sea megalodon was a true apex predator that fed on pretty much anything it wanted. There was no match for it in the oceans of the world. Even today, scientists are still baffled by the sheer size of this shark, and they believe that it would easily take down a T-Rex if the two were to fight in the water. Number 7. Giganotosaurus. This next dino needs no introduction. It is one of the most famous dinosaurs in the world. It was about 43 feet long and weighed about 8 tons. It was slightly smaller than the T-Rex, but it was faster and more agile. It had a huge head with a long, narrow snout and small arms. But don't let its small arms fool you. This dino was a ruthless hunter and could take down even the toughest prey. Giganotosaurus lived in South America during the late Cretaceous period. It was first discovered in 1993, and since then, several of its fossils have been found. It is believed that this dino was about 20% larger than the T-Rex, so it definitely had the size advantage over its opponent. Number 6. Tarbosaurus. Tarbosaurus is sometimes called the Mongolian T-Rex because it was found near where the T-Rex was found. It was about 40 feet long and weighed around 6 tons, had a massive head with a short, wide snout. Its teeth were shorter and narrower than those of the T-Rex, but it had a better bite force than its counterpart. Tarbosaurus was a very aggressive dino that hunted in packs. It was incredibly fast and agile for its size, and it could easily outrun a T-Rex. However, it wouldn't necessarily try to fight a T-Rex, since it preferred to feed on smaller prey. Number 5. Utahraptor. Utahraptor was a small but fierce carnivore that lived in North America. It was about 6 feet tall and weighed about 200 pounds. It had a huge head and sharp teeth, which made it perfect for hunting small animals. What Utahraptor lacked in size, it made up for in speed and agility. It could easily outrun a T-Rex, and it was too small to be caught by one. If a T-Rex tried to attack Utahraptor, it would simply dart around its opponent until it got tired, and then it would strike. With its sharp teeth, this dino was not only fast, but also extremely vicious. It is believed that it was the most widespread and long-lived of all raptors, existing for about 50 million years. Number 4. Allosaurus. Allosaurus was a huge carnivore that lived in what is now North America, Europe, and Africa. It was about 33 feet long and weighed about 3 tons. It was smaller than the T-Rex, but it was faster and more agile. It also had a huge set of jaws filled with sharp teeth, which it used to tear through flesh like paper. Allosaurus was a pack hunter, which meant that it often took down prey that was much larger than it was. If a group of these dinos attacked a T-Rex, there is no doubt that it would be no match for them. No. 3. Suchomimus. Suchomimus was a unique creature that resembled a mixture between a dinosaur and a crocodile. It was about 33 feet long and weighed about 3 tons. It had a long neck and tail, but its body was very similar to that of a crocodile. It was incredibly fast for its size and could easily outmaneuver a T-Rex. Suchomimus also had a huge set of jaws filled with sharp teeth, which it used to catch and kill its prey. It is believed that this dino spent most of its time in the water, where it would wait for unsuspecting dinosaurs to come close enough before snatching them in its jaws. Number 2. Acrocanthosaurus. Acrocanthosaurus was a huge carnivore that lived in what is now Texas. It was about 40 feet long and weighed about 7 tons. It was very similar in size to the T-Rex, but it was more agile and had a stronger bite. Acrocanthosaurus had a huge head with a long, narrow snout. Its teeth were long and sharp, and they were perfect for catching and killing prey. It also had very strong legs, which allowed it to run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. This dino was an ambush predator, which meant that it would sneak up on its prey before attacking. It was incredibly patient and would wait for hours if necessary to get the perfect opportunity to strike. Number 1. Ankylosaurus. You might be surprised to see Ankylosaurus on this list, since it wasn't a carnivore. However, this herbivore could easily take down a T-Rex. It was about 30 feet long and weighed about 6 tons. It had a huge head with a long, pointed snout. Its teeth were small and sharp, and they were perfect for cutting through tough plants. Ankylosaurus also had very thick armor that covered its entire body. This armor was made up of small plates and spikes that were connected together by a layer of skin. The armor was very heavy and made it difficult for the Ankylosaurus to move around. However, it was also very effective at protecting it from attacks by other dinosaurs. It is believed that the Ankylosaurus' armor was so effective that even a T-Rex would have difficulty piercing it. If a T-Rex were to attack an Ankylosaurus, it would quickly become exhausted trying to break through its armor. Eventually, it would just give up and go away. Which of these dinosaurs do you think could take down a T-Rex? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.